Good morning, traders. I hope that you are out there getting ready to trade with Benzinga right here live. Let's get it started. Let's bring on Ryan Faloona and the one and only the Yolo trader here. This is our Yolo man, Zunaid. What's going on, Zunaid? You ready? Look,
I'm ready to
getting the
go.
beard ready.
Yeah, man.
Beard game
Ready to
strong.
go.
Hey, well, we all can't grow these beards. You have to have that YOLO-ness in you. We're trying to get Ryan to get a little YOLO-ness so you can get that beard up. But hey, my man's a clean kind of guy. Can't blame him.
I used to wear a goatee all the time, man. I moved to the clean cut.
There you go.
Well, hey, a clean
Someone's
cut.
got to be a
let's
responsible trader.
Let's just say I see that chest right there, baby.
Hey, man.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Those words have been dancing around my head all night. Oh, it's Vegas law, that phrase.
Kiana.
Fisher.
Joy.
Joe. Cards drawn are the past, ones to come are future.
And the best part, it's beatable.
Good traders, how we doing? I will say that I am kind of like Matty Ice. I probably need a Matty Ice again. Woke up a little late and groggy. I can't blame you. I'm getting back into it, back into the mood, back in the hot seat here. Tuesday joining you guys. So definitely, if you guys like having us on, give us a thumbs up. Let Benzinga know. We need live trading with Ryan Zunaid every single day. You guys can do that by hitting the like button, hitting the subscribe below. Let's get to the stocks. I know I had a great weekend coming back, just starting back from Formula One. So I'm a little bit in fast forward, ready to drop the tires, do some burnouts, get some trades going here. What's going on, guys? What are you guys looking at? What have I missed in the world?
Well, you missed this thing called Tdac, but maybe we just should skip that and not talk about it. What's going on, Mike?
Well, I'll tell you one thing, Ryan. I looked at the options this morning for Tdac, and holy moly, you had to pay a premium for that.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. But the stock at one point, the stock was like $11.
Yeah, I was trying to myself get some puts on the short side today. But I'll tell you right now, I'm not going to pay $20 premium price there. I think I'll pass on that offer. Looks like they are definitely trading at a premium. Tdac, definitely a crazy stock. BKKT, I also saw that one. That one's going to be a lot on people's radar. What's on your radar, Zunaid?
Yeah, for me, it's Tesla, right? Yeah, Tesla yesterday had a great move. Ryan, we traded that. Let me go. Yeah, there it is. Ryan, we went ahead and traded Tesla yesterday, and the contracts that we purchased at like $5 or whatever went all the way to $50. Now, I did not end up holding it all the way there. I exited around like, I think it was like $14 to $17. Wish I held it all the way there.
Yeah, but you did say early in the morning, Zunaid, that this thing could test 1,000. And if
I did
across there, it looks like our high intraday print was 1,045.
I did,
pretty well with that call.
Thank you. Yeah, and I was very surprised that I went to like, what was it, 1,040, 1,045? I didn't expect 1,045. I did expect 1,000. That wasn't a surprise to me at all. I didn't expect 1,045. But anyway, enough about the past. What am I looking at today? I'm hoping for a $22 dip, aka I'm hoping for Tesla to come back and test $1,000 breakout. If it does that, I will load up on calls for at least a $5 bounce or something like that. I'll go ahead and stop out $2 underneath it. So that's something else I'm looking at. In terms of Tdac, I know, it's a different type of stock. But I think Bloomberg may have reported about how they're looking, and I say that with air quotes, to do like a streaming thing or whatever. So look for that to get a little crazy. If it goes over 100, maybe I'll grab some for a little madness. And then let's see, Facebook reported yesterday. So we'll see what happens with Facebook. For me, I want to get in around the 320 area for a little bit of a bounce. But that's kind of really it. My main focus is going to end up being Tesla. And yeah, Elite Trading, they went from 5,000. I think the high was like $53 or so. So nice little move there. But anyway, that's what I'm looking at.
That's why you play those YOLOs, right? That's the whole reason.
Well, so
you go after
the beauty of it also, Ryan, is the fact that it wasn't even like a YOLO, right? Like I'm looking at my people can see my screen. It was just a matter of here. Let me go back. I was like 320 on Tesla. Sounds a little crazy. Sorry, hang on one sec. Got a lot of lines there. For me, the main thing I want to mention, and I know we're about 10 minutes away from the close, is the fact of right here. It was right off of the opening. We had talked about how that 950 level was going to be, if it breaks out of that, you should go ahead and get in. And that's exactly what happened here. But something else we always talk about, Ryan, is like the VWAP test, right? I think that's where like you could have gotten your entries yesterday and made profit from it. So that was the biggest thing for me, was just the VWAP test. It held, and then you had continuation from there as well. So that's what it was.
Yeah, one of the other stocks that I want to watch today is Tdac. This has really been moving up the past 3 sessions. I'm long the warrants, but both the warrants and the actual common shares itself. This might get a run here. Some really nice volume over the past 3 sessions, and when we look at it on the daily chart, it's really trying to break out from the area it's been consolidating in. So,
Ryan, you've been watching a little SPACs attack, man?
And actually, you know what? No, I'm normally busy when you have your SPACs attack show on. But speaking of SPACs, this is the one SPAC that I just really like the actual structure of this, and I like the story here. So I'm long the warrants.
Well, when you get a chance, definitely check out the SPACs attack interview we had with the CEO. And also, this is definitely a Chris Ketchy pick. He's been holding this one for a while, looking for this one to continue. One that I took in the same kind of area was SEAH. I've been holding this one since 999. Have a good amount. I normally don't go that high in a position, but I'm looking to sell this one today. This is SEAH, looking to sell it into 11s. If I didn't get, I didn't get filled yet. At 1087, we had a pre-market high. We'll see if this one can get ripping today. A lot of these SPACs making moves today. I saw also Wix. Was it WXX is the top mover? Which one is it? It is the one that had the Uber news. I saw that this morning. Let me pull it up here. WBX. There you go. Wallbox. This one doing moves with Uber news here. We'll watch to see if this one can kind of get out of the pattern. Nice little pattern in pre-market. Nice little setup. I'm starting to see a bottoming action. What I would actually like to see is, so you see how that you got kind of this kind of bottoming action right here from this support. Now I want to see it actually try to break that on the downside, go towards the next support level. Next support level is down towards 24.24. I'll look for a move towards 25, red to green. If not, up to 35, then pulling back towards about 30s. We'll see what happens right out the gates. This one's going to make moves. WBX. All right, guys, catching up with the chat. Did I enjoy Formula One? Come to Money Mitch today if you guys want to see a little bit more about Formula One. Didn't want to bring it on here and show videos on here since we're going to do live trading. But if you want to see a little bit of Formula One, come hang out later at Money Mitch, 4 o'clock. Be there. Be square. All right, let's go ahead. What's going on out there? If you guys have anything on right now as you guys speak, I do have a couple swing trades on at VSCO. That's one that I'm looking for it to continue. Might even add towards this swing trade. It did a nice little pop up. Looking for it to continue back through 60. We'll see what happens with this one. And, of course, DKNG had some news today. So watch for the gambling stocks. Look at this line that I've drawn. I literally was saying, wait for a breakdown of that line and then buy it. That's exactly what we got yesterday. Breakdown of that line, recovery. Literally been looking for this level on DKNG for it to run into since it started coming in this area. It had some good news here, but I definitely wanted to see it test that line. It did just that yesterday. So I would look for a pullback towards around, let's say, 49. If we can get to 49 or 49.50, I definitely would take a shot in DKNG. This morning it is pulling back. I'm looking for a pullback towards 49. I'd take a shot in it.
Real quick, if you can bring up my chart. So
Got you. Of
I want
course.
to quickly touch base on yesterday because my line wasn't up there, and then we'll talk about today. So Ryan, when I was talking to you about the VWAP, but for some reason, TradingView didn't have my VWAP. But there is the VWAP test that we always talk about, right? Mitch, you and I have talked about it so many times on here as well.
Mhm.
And that's where you kind of get that risk reward. You had Tesla that had a nice run. You missed it. Cool. When it comes back to VWAP and you see that it has a nice, it's up 3% on the day, whatever, you can go ahead and buy in right there. And that's what I did. I went in and got the 1050s, not the $1,000 calls. And then your stop loss is like right below, right? So you have a close of a candle there. And then look at the nice ride you had all the way up to even $1,000 if you wanted, right? So you're risking maybe about let's say $5. But if you believe in the story that it's going to go to 1,000 this week, forget just yesterday, you're able to enjoy that $40 move. The only reason I bring this up is just because VWAP can really be a great tool to figure out your risk reward to the long side or the short side. So I just wanted to kind of show the viewers that there. Now let's talk about Nvidia. I believe they went ahead and had a price target upgrade today, increase. So for me, I'm going to look to see it's almost there, but I want to get in over 240, especially if we see some options flow, because I would not be surprised if the market cooperates that we end up hitting at least 250 on Nvidia. AMD's been kind of strong as well. I think that one's over 122, looking to go all-time highs possibly. Let's pull it up here real quick. I did already beat all-time highs yesterday. So for me, Nvidia is the focus over 240, because I believe that 250 should be a magnet similar to how Tesla had that $1,000 magnet that we literally talked about yesterday, and then we got that and then some.
I like AMD too.
Yeah. Hey, so my challenge, right, Ryan, trading wise, is once it crosses all-time highs, and as it has what people call blue skies, I have a tough time trying to figure out where I should exit, if that makes sense. I need to get a little more familiar with ATR, because I can't look left and be like, oh, here's resistance. Oh, you know what I mean? I don't know.
Yeah, so I have the same issue. And that's actually one of the reasons why I like playing charts that have bottom, is because I have a much more well-defined plan on where I can actually scale out of that if the trade does end up working.
Right.
So that always makes it a little bit easier. Now, with blue skies, the hope is that I'm in before that breakout. Right. And I can either take some profit, lock some in, and then let the rest run, where I don't necessarily need to identify an exit target, but rather I know that I'm in profit and I can kind of just let this thing go. When it comes to swing trades, like if it's a shorter term swing, if I don't necessarily care about the asset itself or the company itself, then I'm liable to just trade the P&L effectively. I'm up X amount, I can close it and look for a new one here. If I like the story, if I like the thesis, if I have a little bit more of a long-term horizon on that, I'll definitely keep that and see how high it can go. Yeah. If we were playing things like Tdac, though, I mean, there's just no way you're going to be sitting.
Yeah, it's just so tough. I couldn't have predicted a 175 on that, but regardless. And by the way, we had OLB, for anyone that likes to play short float type stocks. We had breaking news on OLB. If you're a pro member, you got a chance to take advantage of that. And that stock went from, I believe it was $5 to $5.50 or something like that in pre-market. So if that's kind of your trade and that's your style, if you will, you can take a look at that over $5. I'm not familiar with the story, but I know there was some story on it earlier and it had a 50-cent move. So maybe that can go crazy if the FinTwit world gets in on it, if you will.
Another one that I wanted to take a really quick look at here is Prague. This is one that we've been talking about and trading on this show the past couple of days. Looks like we had a gap up here and then
Can you put your screen up, Ryan?
Oh, absolutely. I'm sorry. No, I have it shared. Oh no, I shared the wrong screen.
No worries, you're good.
You guys.
We're about to start. Just have
all right. So here you go. So here's Prague. All right. So you can see here we have a why is it moving? It's trading higher after it announced it reduced its outstanding debt by $20 million through a private exchange of its convertible senior notes. So that's good, right? They're reducing debt off their sheet. Now the problem is that they did this at 263. Was the price that they converted those shares at. Price here is 398. So just understand that, it would have been cheaper if they just sold shares at market. right? They would have been able. I don't know. I don't know the terms on why they chose to do it that way, but the price that the stock was liquidated at to remove that debt was $263. So it's significantly below where we're at right now. So I do think these are going to bounce, especially this one. But I want to see how it actually trades.
All
All right, guys. I'll take a look. I actually, I was gonna buy Genius last week at 140s. So I'm looking for this one to come back down closer underneath 175s. We've had about 2 dips right now. I'm looking for that dip through 175, going really quickly to 150, and then right back up through that 175. If not, I'll leave it alone. Lucid having a good day. Definitely keep your eyes on Lucid. Tesla doing really well. I could see this one ripping off through the resistance. There's a major resistance right above it, guys. 2785s, 28s. It's going to run into that. Then you got 30. 30 is going to be a big level. I think it gets towards 30. Then you'll see if it can get on up through that, start going up to the gap. There's a gap that's a big, big gap. If we can get on up there, it's up there to 35s. We'll see what happens. I'm actually really liking the volume that has been gaining on Lucid. 200-day moving average right below it, 50-day below it, looking strong, and could have an inside day today and then a strong day. So look for that. But we'll see what happens right now.
Nvidia, I'm going to go ahead and grab the 240 calls. Went ahead and got filled at 375 and 350. My stop loss will be below 239. So I'm probably going to risk about $1-ish, depending on how these contracts go. But it is much, much riskier since it is a weekly. When it comes to Genius Brands, I think Benzinga Squawk Charlie had talked about how they have some kind of announcement that came out that they're doing something tomorrow. So I think that's part of the madness that it could see. So I went ahead and did pick up some calls yesterday on. Oh nope, looks like I sold it. Well, that sucks. But anyway, you did have a good amount of movement on there.
I wanted to call out James here. Short Coin from the Bell. Coin, if you recall, we had a buy on this at 240, so we actually moved almost 100 points in a couple of weeks on Coin. I actually sold this about 40 points ago, unfortunately. James, looks like you're playing that reversal here. Nice little day trade short there on some of the profit takers in the gap. We sold right back down to the closing price. Now we look.
Did we lose Ryan, or is that me?
No. I don't know what's going on with my mic. It keeps automatically muting. It's only StreamYard that does this too.
They don't like you, man.
That's weird.
Yeah, that's a bummer, man. That's
don't worry.
Your opinion.
We'll go to Restream.
Say that again.
We'll change platforms. They can get over it.
VMix.
I'll tell you right now, one that I have swing trading on, and I've been in this one since last week, Thursday. I'm in BGFV. It had a really good day yesterday, up there towards 27 from 24. I'm in this one at 23.90s, guys. Holding on tight. I can think this one can go for a good ride. That's BGFV. We'll see if this one can continue above that resistance and up towards 30. That's what I'd be looking for to sell out in BGFV.
I'm still keeping an eye on it. So right now, those calls are still at about break even. Something else, Ryan, yesterday we talked about kind of like low of days, right? We saw that with Tesla where it tested low of day 3 times and it went ahead and bounced. So those low of days and those previous closes can be a big, big deal for sure. And what is Tesla at right now? I mean,
ATVI.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
ATVI really crushing it for me here out of the open. Might actually have to close some of this today. This has been a great run on ATVI.
All right, guys, trying to add towards my long-term swing of body. One of the things with SPACs coming back, I've been timing a couple of them. I have an entry at 530s. I'm looking to even add to that position. Just got fill. There you go. Now I'm building a portfolio up on Body. That's BODY. You guys know this is Beachbody Company, a workout company here. We'll see if it gets back on up. Looks strong. Lots of volume coming in the last 2 days. I want to give it a ride. I'm up here at 530s. Let's see what happens.
Nvidia, you're up about 30% if you want to go ahead and take those. I'm not gonna lie to you. Since I went ahead and made a good amount of money on Tesla yesterday, I am gonna kind of want to take advantage of what I have to quote unquote play with. I will go ahead and scale some out at the 240, 270 area, but I am pushing myself to hold a decent amount till we get to like 249. Not today, but sometime this week, assuming the market cooperates. But you are up about 30%. So depending on your account size and all of that, please go ahead and take it. Do not be greedy like me. But, you know, I am the only human, so there is that. Let's go ahead and take a look around and see what else we've got. Tesla went ahead and tested that 1050 area and rejected. That's no surprise. I really want Tesla to just test that 1,000 so I can load up. Not because I think I'll be right, but just because, I mean, that $1,000 level was resistance, and now it should be a great, great support for at least a little bit of a bounce.
And James, real quick, James, looks like James hit the trade of the day so far. Coin fade right out of the open. This thing has just been a waterfall. It looks like since the opening print, we're down what 10.
Oh my goodness,
here? James, what did you use? Did you just short common? Did you play via puts? What was the strategy here on the actual trade? Let's walk through it. Real great trade. You must be up.
Yeah, and why did you short it? Like, was there news that I missed, or like why the short?
Been like,
you know what I mean? Because it was right off the gate. So it's not
been on
like
a couple
pattern.
days run.
Yeah, it's because
Weeks
it's really made a powerful
4
move.
weeks.
You got people
4 weeks up.
profit taking on this little move here.
Okay.
What was that other one? EGQS or something?
Has been overdone. Yeah, exactly.
Okay. I didn't know if I missed
I thought so.
any news on that bad boy.
Mm.
Come on, Nvidia, go. Let's see what AMD's doing.
There was
so look, there it is. I'm sorry, go ahead, Ryan.
No, I was just gonna say there was a buy rating on coin this morning. That was one of the reasons why it gapped up. James was playing the fade.
So we talked yesterday literally about how Tesla, you know, here, let me pull it up. Come on.
Man, I should have held my Tesla for the 1,000 call that I gave.
You had that bounce from the low of day, right? Like, this is yesterday, literally boing, 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 whatever. And so far, not saying this will happen again. So far, again, low of day area, went ahead and bounced at least a little bit to VWAP. So you can kind of get these scalps in. Again, no idea what it's going to do. I'm personally hoping for it to come all the way down to 1,000. So I can go ahead and grab some calls because I have no position right now. But Nvidia, though, has been doing really well. It is about 30 cents away from where I want to go ahead and take some profit here. And I just got filled on half of it. So just went and got filled on half of the calls. That's about a 50% gain, or excuse me, 46% gain according to E-Trade. So there you go. The rest, my next target is going to be about 244.63. And then I will look to be a greedy SOB to wait for 249 is what I'm hoping for. Especially if, man, flow comes in, if big money says, hey, we want to go ahead and back you. Matter of fact, speaking of which, I do see 240 calls coming in for the weeklies that are about $100,000 worth. That is in the money, obviously. And I'm trying to see if there's any out of the money that are coming in, but I don't see it. But anyway, hopefully you guys made money on this one, chat. If you did, you'll let us know. Tag us on Benzinga, tag our socials and all that stuff. And more importantly, I hope you guys saw why we took it. Right? It was that 240 level. You can see that was kind of like the pre-market high. So that was kind of like the level you wanted to break out above it. And you did. It tested low of day here, and then it went ahead and bounced right back up. And I told you guys my stop loss would have been below 239. It went ahead and bounced. It looks like at 239.21. So I got saved by 21 cents. But understand why the trade worked more so than just going off of our alerts. And I'm waiting for like big money to come in. I don't see anything. But you guys see anything else?
No.
Oh, Crowd had something. Crowd
Apple,
partnered up with.
Pull Apple up.
All right, give me one sec. Okay, nice.
And actually,
nice.
Zunaid, in addition
over 150.
And in addition to this spike, you're right through that key level of 150. We're also seeing some calls come in on this. So, you know, This really strong. Obviously, we have earnings in 2 days. I'm not long yet ahead of the print, but we'll see what happens as we get a little bit closer. Chat's calling out Amazon as well. Amazon having a very similar move right out of the open there. Also not long Amazon.
Yeah, everything's really flying right now. A Crowd had some partnership with Amazon. I'm upset I didn't mention this one because I saw it when I woke up in my news things. This could be you talk about the magnets. This could be a $300 magnet on Nvidia. Excuse me, on Crowd. I'm still sharing at Nvidia on my portal. I don't see any options on it to back it up. But if this goes and you follow the trend, could pay handsomely on that. Nvidia is about 30 cents away from the second target. Hopefully we get there before it gets spiked. But come on. And filled. Okay, cool. So there's a second target on Nvidia. Why? Because I would expect some type of resistance, something around this 245 consolidations, whatever. And since these are weeklies, you could lose a little bit of theta, lose a little bit of value. But I still have a few contracts left because ultimately I want to get to this 249 level. But I am out some more on Nvidia. And yep, just a little bit of resistance. Maybe it'll punch through. Not sure. Tesla tested low of day. I mean, everything is just tested that low of day bounce, and then there you go, coming right back, trying to go all-time highs. If this goes over 1050, we can try to get into some calls, but like everything is so like, dude, the $1,100 calls right now are 1,300. So it's like matter of fact, hold on, the $1,500 calls are $1. Ain't nobody thinking this is going to 1,500 today, or not today. Excuse me, this week.
Just looking at that chart, Zunaid, what's the value on that blue line you have drawn there?
Which one? Sorry, there's multiple.
Yep, right there. That's 1045. I mean, to my eye, it looks like if we
that's yesterday's, I believe. Yeah, that's yesterday's high.
Yeah, so I mean, I gotta believe that if we break above that, we're gonna keep going. It looks like we tried attempt one, they slammed us back down, but we bounced, and now we're gonna test it again. So it looks like you do have a trade setting up here. I suppose you could scalp the break above 1045. That might give you 5 points like it did before, but
right,
if you're gonna swing this a little bit more, that break might be key.
Yeah, and for me, I'm gonna go ahead and try to get in on the break of 150 because I'm not surprised that was resistance or anything like that. Once it breaks that, then I can try to make a move. But right now, I don't have anything on Tesla. I could have gotten it here with the stop loss below the 1020 level, but there was no actual support. But so I the risk reward just wasn't there for me at all. But let's see what happens. So okay, look, here's Nvidia. I told you guys the reason I wanted to go ahead and sell some before the 245 area is because I expected some resistance, and there you go. Resistance smacked. Now I will go ahead and look to get back in if it goes ahead and test VWAP right over here around this 241 area. You can see how kind of extended it is. If it comes down to test it, cool. I'll go ahead and grab some more with the stop loss underneath it. I still have some left because ultimately I want that 249 target. But there is a resistance on Nvidia that we expected. Therefore, we took some profits to lock it in. Looks like Tesla is looking to make a move. So let me pull that up. And it is, you know what? I'll go ahead and grab.
Looks like WBX is halted.
This is going to be a little dangerous.
Tom saying in the chat, Tesla's silly at these levels, but doesn't mean it can't go higher. Tom, that is spot on. That's the way that I've felt about Tesla for a long time. And the reality is that even if you feel that way, it might go against you. You just got to accept it. And that's kind of the situation that I find myself in.
No, for sure. And here's the thing, right? On Tesla, we talked about this yesterday. Just because it's high, just because it's up so much doesn't mean it can't go higher. That's a mess. That's something I learned a long time ago. The lesson I learned was just because it's down so much doesn't mean it can't go lower, and that's how I lost money when I started. But anyway, Yeah, and it's also not like we're swinging this, right? We're literally day trading it. We're literally trying to get out within a few minutes, 10 minutes, whatever. And that's what I love about it is like I control when I take the L and what price I take the L at. I don't have to wake up tomorrow for a gap down and then I'm just screwed because I am mainly always going to trade options. I'm like tempted here, Ryan. I'm tempted to get the 1100 hour calls that are going for about $14 because I believe this should break, but I don't want to cherry pick it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Is this? Are you thinking YOLO here?
No, God, no. This would be more so of, hey, if it breaks, that's the thing. I don't even have a. Yeah, it looks like it's gonna go a little bit. I didn't have a stop loss in mind, an appropriate one. That's why I didn't really get in. But regardless, I know if it breaks 1050, I want in. Now let's see if it actually does. All right, there's.
And while it's on that, I just want to address Michael Raymond Stevens in the chat. Strevens, excuse me, saying Fun deep red today. Fun has registered for an offering, so that makes complete sense. Yeah, it's in fact in our news feed. Funware filing shows registration for 48.5 million share common shelf offering. So that's why you're going to have your sell off in Fun today. So just be advised. Here we are. We're still at that 1050 level, right?
Let's see here real quick.
Yep, 51. There we go, and through.
Yep, I'm gonna go ahead and grab. No, I can't. That's just everything's so juiced up that it's like, man.
Yeah, everything's juiced up right now.
I was looking at the 1200s for about $6. You know what? No, I'm not gonna do it. I'll tell you what. If it goes ahead and consolidates or above 1050, I'll go ahead and grab them. But if it goes and it's going to go without me, and that's fine. But I just can't because everything is just so juiced up. But anyway, here's Nvidia. Didn't come back to VWAP, so I couldn't get any. But let's see what happens with this one. If there's any other tickers you guys want me to take a look at, please let me know.
This is one that I've been calling out for a while. And last week I said GE. Spencer killed me for it. Look at that bad boy breaking out today. Nice chart. Nice chart.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Nice
that's
move
really
here.
nice.
I like that chart now. Definitely. BBY is another one on my list I gave out last week with my department stores and department and specialty retailers that I wanted to see go up. Best Buy doing great today. Also now back up through that 120. Not looking bad. OSTK is one that I've been calling out also. We'll see if that one can have another good day today. Hold 84s on pullbacks. OSTK. Let's look at Wayfair. I think it's going to have a good day today. Would like to hold towards those two lows the day priors. So you got two lows right near the same area. We'll see if that one can get back up and make some moves.
There's Tesla. I don't know. I'm annoyed I didn't grab it, but it's also like I just didn't know where I would get out, you know. But there it is, though, right above that 1050. Yeah, I just wish it consolidated. If it consolidated, I'd be a little bit more confident. Or else I don't know if it's going to reject, right? Kind of like how it did earlier.
And real quick, Zunaid, here's something else regarding that Tesla setup that you were just talking about. You've seen me trade a very similar setup a million times by now, right? We're watching the level 2, we're watching the high of day. As soon as it takes out the high of day, you scalp it. The problem is that strategy is not effective when using options, which I know is how you were planning on attacking this trade. So you almost need to plan it out a little bit different.
Yeah.
To me, looking at this, that red candle that you have, what is that at 940? It looks like that little red, almost like a doji type candle to the left,
right here,
right there. To me, that's your entry, right? Because it looks like you're trying to pull back, but the buyers are like, you didn't say the magic word, and it actually continued higher.
That's a good point.
But here's the thing. So if you grab contracts, you're going to be feeling good. What is this? A 5-minute chart? 1 minute chart? Those 3 minutes, you're going to be feeling good. And now here we go. Just a regular little pullback. Very, very difficult to do this with options. You actually need a bigger move for that.
Yeah, no, I agree. And the thing is, like, you know, if it slams down, kind of like how it did here, you're going to lose so much juice so quick. And also because if I saw this candle that you're talking about on like say the 5 minute or the 10 minute, then it's like cool. But just because it was a 1 minute, I just wasn't too confident on it. But now I will say this. If it comes back and tests 1040 VWAP for me, I will go ahead and get in again. I don't want to say again. I'm not in it today. I will go ahead and get back into it, referring to yesterday. But besides that, I just can't. Because even 1050, I feel like could be support. But like, I don't know. I mean, so far it has been. Here's 1050 right here.
All
so
right,
far
guys.
it has been.
Looking for the Haas. Looking for Hasbro to pull back here a little bit, and I'll try to attack it here. We'll see what happens with this one. See what other stocks are moving out there. Let's take a look at the sectors here. Looks like communication services is leading us from the open. This has changed from the open. Then you got consumer cyclicals, energy. Right behind that, energy with a strong breakout in the last couple of minutes. So take a look at maybe some of those plays.
And actually, Chris Forsman in the chat, he called XLE the ETF, and then also XOP, which had a great little dip
That's what I'm talking about.
Yep, great little dip. Now really pushing towards the pre-market highs. You might take that out here at 1160. So
Bitcoin stock here starting to get sleepy. Look for this EQOS Diginex Limited. I had a support written down at 527. I'm looking for it to get close towards that area and then reverse through 6 today. Maybe sometime later in the day you see it happen. This one made a monster run going into the close. It was about a, let's say, 132% move there. So keep your eyes on this one. EQOS, definitely a low floater. Definitely got some people stuck here in pre-market. Looking for it to come down towards the support.
Sorry, I'm still looking around here. LAZR looks like it's moving. Let me my chart. Let me log out real quick. Log back in.
All right, let's see any industries that are standing out to me. Looks like semiconductors, but you guys know that. Zunaid's been on top of that.
Yep. Yeah. Nvidia's looking to break that 245, but yeah.
This one's an interesting one. Integrated shipping and logistics. Last week, I said, look for what? Shipping. FedEx and UPS. Look at FedEx and UPS today. Up 6, almost 7% on UPS. Of course, that was earnings. Already got through the gap. And look for FedEx to get through the gap also. FDX. I've been looking for it. I've been drawing this gap out for a while. I've been talking about this since October 7th is when I first brought this gap up. Looking for it to continue through that gap. That move would be up towards 247 on FDX.
Yeah, UPS, I believe, reported this morning.
Yep. I was looking for them to turn around. You know, one thing is when I see the economy or the overall market really getting pushed down and I see those names getting pushed down, when the market comes back, they love to come back. They're really correlated with the market, and that's why I like those names. Also, you should get a shipping push, right, into the winter months.
The holidays, yeah.
Well, now see, here's my question. How is this? I know you've heard of some of the talk about the supply chain being screwed up, not being able to get Christmas presents. If you want them, order them now. How do you feel that plays into your shipping trade?
As simple as this, right? Because one of the things that happens is there's going to be a battle for who can deliver.
Yeah.
So that the battle for who can deliver on time is a very important thing. I'm already going through this with Amazon. I've been battling with them because they keep delivering late after their prime delivery dates. And with this being said, let's just say I got some stuff for free.
Okay, we'll take it.
Hey,
way to go, Mitch.
You got to Amazon, send me all the free stuff you can give me. You can't deliver on time, I'm gonna take it free.
Tesla, I can look at that beast. Jesus.
I got no problem. You know what's one thing, Ryan, is that they put a lot of the times when you see items, right, they give you a date, right? Expected date, this. This is where the shipping companies are going to have to be very careful this holiday, because if they say that you're expected to get it in 2 to 3 days, you expect that nowadays, don't you guys?
Yeah. Absolutely. And to your point, if it's for a gift for the holidays, like I expect it even more. I expect gifts that I'm ordering for other people to arrive on time. That was me closing out some of my ATVI calls on this pullback here.
Nice.
So that's 100% on
That's
those
awesome.
calls.
Congrats on
100%
that, man.
on those calls. Thank you. If it's for someone else, I don't want to be embarrassed. If I say I have a gift for somebody, I want to have it. And if that was late, I'd even be more upset about that than something for myself. So to your point there.
All right. Might have gotten a fill there. Let's see, you got that. All right, there you go. Got it, guys. I got Hasbro.
All right.
There we go.
So what's the plan here?
Look
break,
at this.
Break down the plan for us.
Hold on. There's some new layout feature on StreamYard. Let me check this out. Oh, look at this, guys. New layout.
Things that gets us excited.
Oh, this gets me excited, guys.
Oh, you mean? Oh, I see what you're saying.
Did
I was
you
like,
see
what?
that? That is pretty
Yeah,
dope.
yeah.
I'm not gonna
The
lie.
fact that we're on the bottom. Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty dope. Now you don't have to worry about the left-hand side, and you can see our screen here and some scanners. I got in here, guys. 945 is my entry, guys. I put a couple orders in. I put 950, 948, 945, and then I put another order down towards. Let me see where to put that last one out. It looks like I got 943 even fill there. I'll take it. Average cost now is closer towards 948. 91.48. So let's see what happens here. I'm closer down towards here, guys, right underneath it. Now I wanted to get back above this high here, 92.58. So let's see what happens. So it's a little bit of a smaller trade because it's such a high capital trade. So I didn't want to go too crazy on the share size. But if it does go through that high, we're talking about more than $1 move, more than $1.50 move. So I didn't want to go too crazy here and risk too much because the downside is like 50, 60 cents, the risk there to 91. So you got to be careful with your risk to return. Always understand how much you're going to risk to that return. If you don't have no plan, then don't take it.
Yeah, I was actually I was watching Twitter over the weekend, and a couple of the more experienced traders that I've been following for some time. One of them was talking about Bitcoin, and she was saying that she's not anti-Bitcoin. She's just anti the people that think that there's no risk associated with Bitcoin. And I think that the point that she was making is that every trader has to think about risk, no matter the asset. I don't care if it's your house. I don't care if it's your coin collection or stamp collection. I don't care if it's stocks or Bitcoin. You always have to think about what your risk is when you're setting up for a trade. And so when you're talking about share size, Mitch, I often think that's one of the most important points of your trade plan. How did you allocate your risk, and how is that going to affect your execution of the trade?
100%, guys. Definitely smash the like, guys. If you guys enjoy us taking live trades here, taking that live trade on Hasbro here. This is a supply thing for me. I think you could see this stock push on up. If they start saying that, hey, we are going to be able to make our deliveries, that's where you could start seeing this really start pushing. Another stock that's pushing that I was watching was LIDAR, LIDR. The SPACs are moving, guys. A lot of these are moving on up there. This one made a monster rip up to 7 from about 550s and had a beautiful setup in the morning here. Nice little lift there. Right into
Check out
the
Laser too, LAZR, Mitch.
Yeah, one thing that I talked about that everyone should pay attention to was I said that before we get these EVs to really take off, these autonomous have to take off first. And I think charging plays also have to take off also. So look for a charge point to get strong. Those need to do great, I think, for you EV fans out there to get all these EVs stocks to do well, like FSR and Lucid. They're going up right now because of Tesla. But I think what you're going to start seeing is that, they're going to lead. But what comes first is the technology behind it. I think LiDAR plays are really something to keep on watch right now. How's Ava doing? Ava. There's so many of these, and that's the thing too. Is it's hard to pick a winner. And there's also school bus EVs. There's so many plays now in EV.
Yep.
I think you really just need to determine what kind of basket you want to have. For me, it's the technology behind, then it's the auto manufacturers. But hey, we'll see what happens with these. A lot of these are moving on up. It's crazy how many SPACs are moving right now.
Look at Tesla.
Dude, it's going to smack that. I don't know if it will, but wouldn't be surprised if it smacked at $1,100 and then came down. Matter of fact, I might try to short it for like $10 or so via puts when it hits that 11, because I was able to successfully do that when it hit like $9.99. Because it'll get rejected, come back, whatever. If you want to go ahead, I went ahead and grab some Nvidia calls. Grab the 247.50. Yeah,
put it up.
Risking it till about the break of 245. Keep in mind, this has already been a profitable trade for us, so we're kind of playing a little bit looser. And I still have some calls already, the 240s, because I want to go ahead and get that 249 target. But let's see what goes ahead and happens with Nvidia here. Stop loss below 245.
All right, guys. Still looking to get out some of my SEAH. It got up there towards 1086, but hasn't gotten there towards at least 1090s. I want. We'll see what happens if that one can get up towards those levels. Definitely a SPAC that's on my radar, trying to get out of some of it and keep the rest. We'll see what happens there. Looks like I'm going to start getting some stocks in the chat going here. If you guys got tickers that moved today that you want to talk about, throw them up in the chat. I'm going to start running through some of those, and let's keep it going. Looks like Lion is getting orders. LAC looks like it wants all-time highs. Let's see what happened else. Musk was richer than Zucks. There's definitely that battle. I mean, hey, at the end of the day, is there really a battle, really? I mean, they all got the money that they don't worry about.
Nvidia, go. Go
Hasbro. Let's see what happens.
Let's see.
Zunaid and I attacking it here. What's going to happen, guys?
I'm just glad that there's no like presidential tweet that can crash the market while we're having a nice run.
Right? That's
simply because of the tweet format. I don't care about, I want to get into the politics side of it. I'm strictly talking about what it does to the markets.
That was fun.
It's just how it is, guys.
It is fun because you get a nice range, right? So as soon as you see a tweet about like, what was it? The China trade and tariffs and all that, you're going short. You're making bank.
Well, so it's not even that. When you have when you have different stocks going back and forth, you talked about a range that just makes it a little bit easier to trade some of those technicals on that. So even if you're trading something that you don't believe in, it's just a little bit easier,
guys.
In some cases,
you're up about 20% on the Nvidias if you guys want to take it. But yeah, what's up?
Hey guys in the chat, we didn't miss Redbox. We interviewed them on SPACs Tdac before the run, so that you got the information and then made your own decision. We talked about Redbox. We also talked about how they were adding live channels, how they were going more towards that live streaming method. And now you're seeing it up today, up there towards 27, when you could have got it below $10 when it was on our show. So, hey, there's a reason why you got to watch the SPACs Tdac, man. I'm telling you guys, there's too many people that were like, oh, SPACs are never coming back. They're dead. They're in the trash. Throw it in the dumpster. Forget about them. Those are the same people coming back today being like, oh, what's going on with DWAC? What can I trade in SPACs? This is the reason why I like to hang out when everybody leaves the party. That's usually when the wave comes back roaring.
I like that. That just sounded strong.
It's the truth. I mean, when they leave, when the party's out, that's when you got to watch the stocks.
Chris, another good point regarding what we were just talking about here. What about the corporate tax stuff? Pretty much the same as tweets. You're absolutely right about that. In fact, the corporate tax stuff that comes out, that could sink it even more than some of those tweets. The only difference, obviously, the tweets I think were more common than news about corporate tax changes.
Yeah,
but actually, a really good point. Well taken.
Yeah, and also keep in mind, I mentioned the tweets because it's an intraday.
Right,
my plan.
It happens. It changes everything on a dime.
Right, because I'm trying to scalp on the 1 minute, the 5, the 10. The corporate tax, yes, for swings and investing as a whole, all that. Oh, I agree 100%. I was strictly talking about these stocks have momentums. I'm in some calls. Don't screw me. That's all.
Yes, Mark, you definitely need what I have. I'll tell you, come to Colorado.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Mitch. I was gonna call that comment out. I knew what Mitch was smoking. Mitch, do you have your orange juice this morning?
Oof, I'll tell you one thing. The Dutch bros don't play, man. The Dutch bros. There's a reason why I do my research, guys. And you know what happened to Dutch bros? Ryan, what I just said, the party left and I stayed in the party.
There's that big wave. Is that yellow circle your entry?
Yes.
Oh man, that's one that you clip and you put that on your resume.
Yeah, man. I mean,
That's
Ryan,
awesome. Nice entry there.
You know what these give
Right at
me?
support.
That gives me understanding that, hey, Mitch, this is always going to be another opportunity. Don't stress so much. When you miss one, look for the next. Do what you do best. That's what it's all about. Look for the stories, look for the fundamentals, the technicals, look for those types of stocks that can get those retail traders hyped again. And what you're looking for is to go at it in a more variable approach, a safer way. Look for the story to die down a little bit. You're looking for a hot story, but at the same time for it to die down a little. You're looking for the fundamentals to start matching. So look for those analyst targets to change. If you don't want to go too much in depth, just look at analysts. What are they saying? And then look for the technicals to match. When you have all three is when I say you have a high conviction play. And those are the ones that I like to attack the most.
You got some millions coming into Tesla flow. It was the Tesla 1070 calls coming in. Ask side expires January 21st, but they're kind of almost at the money. So keep that in mind and do what you will with it.
Almost towards the profit target in Haas, guys. Almost towards it there. We almost got towards the high there. I need 93.60s, but I'm going to go put out an order right now at 93.50s for this breakout here, and I'll sell some of it into the high and then look for it to continue moving on, guys. We'll see what happens.
Nice spot there, Mitch. I didn't have that on my radar at all, man.
Did I sell bros? Yeah, I did sell bros, guys. I did sell bros. I just want to, Jay, I did sell it. Doesn't mean, you don't have to hold the stock for you to make a good call. That's the thing that I think most people sometimes get a little confused. I don't have to play hero. There's no need. You nail the trade, and then from there on, it's up to you guys if you guys want to keep holding on. I won't be mad.
But that's kind of what we were talking about when we talked about risk, right? Because your risk is going to determine that. I wanted to address Solar's comment too, Zunaid. I see you over there. Come on, Benzinga, get our man Zunaid a remote lounge lighting setup. So let me tell you a funny story. Let me tell you a funny story about that. So first of all, when I saw Mitch's, I was like, Mitch, that looks so good. Tell me what that is. And he sends me a link. He's like, these are the ones I got. And I just went out and bought them. Benzinga didn't pay for them. Ryan paid for them. So Zunaid, I think that what we need to do is we need to peer pressure Zunaid into buying his own so that he can have a lounge. Now, we got some great tips today from the chat. Zunaid, this is what you're going to do. I want you to just order something that you'd normally order. It's going to be late. When it's late, throw a hissy fit with Amazon and get those 2 lights for free. Boom. All set.
Just another tip.
Sharon,
Stick to the chat. The chat is, let's just say, my international friends that don't worry too much about money.
Well, look, Sharon, I'm looking at you. Sharon, when you see that jot form for the reimbursement, know that Ryan asked me to do it, Sharon. Know that it's Ryan that told me to submit that reimbursement form. The expense is for live trading. Just know that. Thank you, Sharon.
Solar's right, though. Your backdrop is perfect for it. That little grayish white wall, and you could light that up any color your heart desires.
Send me the link, Mitch. Send me the link.
I got you, man. You know what the fun part about it is? It's not even that expensive.
No, they're not. They're cheap. They're cheap. They're fun. They're versatile. I got to be honest with you. It's really cool stuff.
Matty Ice with the puns saying the chat is lit. I see what you did there, Matty Ice. I see what you did there, pal.
I see you. I see you. I need to get me a Matty Ice, man. When you making that beer? Sounds like a perfect name. The Matty Ice.
He's gonna make it when the Falcons play the Dolphins, Mitch.
Yeah.
Don't worry. They played it last week and it wasn't a good one.
Oh, that's right. They just played.
Yeah, they just played. That's funny.
They just played.
All right, guys. I have an order out to sell half of my has at 93.48. Let's see if we get on up there, guys. It's up about 5% on the day already. Not a bad trade either way. If it continues to move, we'll see it. If you guys got a trade to call it out in the chat. I want to start getting some big movers here. I'm going to actually pull up my Benzinga Pro to get this movers tool up here so that we can take a look here and see what we have moving on the market today. Definitely, I want to take a second here to get some more likes, guys. I'm about to end the stream because you guys aren't hitting the likes. We're at 469 people watching, but only 108 likes. Come on, man. We're making live trades here for you guys. I know that you guys are focused on your trading, but take 2 seconds for me and smash that thumbs up.
108. That was how many years in between Cubs World Series. So whenever I hear 108, I get triggered just a little bit.
Unfortunately, Ryan, it might be another 108 years.
Yeah. Thanks for rubbing it in, Mitch.
I love you, bro, but they kind of sold the team.
Yeah, they really didn't. That was poor. Real quick, we talked about Prague early at the onset of this, and if you take a look at the intraday chart, Prague looks like it's going to try and test your lows. So real important to understand some of this stuff. In the case of Prague, I don't know that you're gonna. I think that this maybe it bounces. We'll see. I don't want to write it off. I don't want to write the whole thing off, but maybe it bounces here. But looks like we're going to test those lows.
Oh, I love this thing, man. Let's keep it going, guys. You guys smash that thumbs up.
Let's see what my Nvidia trade's doing here.
No, please don't call me Mitch Framer.
Mitch Framer. Oh my goodness. Nvidia. Oh my goodness. Come on, keep going. I need you to get to that. What am I? I think I'm about 80 cents away from my target. Come on.
Let's see what Mark is doing, because this thing was just that felt scammy as hell yesterday. Oh man, that's just. Well, I hope I stopped somebody from buying this.
Hey, I know someone who went ahead and bought this.
Mark? Or Prague?
Yeah, I know someone who went ahead and bought Mark. I wonder if he's in the chat watching.
Mark?
Hey, Enver, are you watching the show? Are you watching the show, Enver?
Mark.
Because apparently, if you did, Ryan told you not to.
I don't know if I don't think I told Enver.
I meant if you mentioned it on the show. I don't know if he watches. I think sometimes he does. Sometimes he doesn't.
Yeah,
the man's a little too busy. But no, him and I were just talking stocks yesterday, and he was telling me about Mark. But,
all right, looks like there's a Happy's calling out, Lucid breaking out. Let's take a look here.
Yeah, let's do it.
We'll see what happens. All right, Lucid. Oh, my
Nvidia.
L. My L doesn't work. My L doesn't work, guys. It barely works now.
Is that from taking so many L's that now?
Yeah, you see
there
what
you
happens,
go,
bro?
There you go. Let them know, baby.
I pressed the L
baby.
button way too much, bro.
Nvidia, I'm gonna go take half
Oof.
my position off here as it reaches
Oh
249.
my god. MVIS really pushing on that 1 minute chart. Boy, that snapped those pre-market highs, and that thing ran 35 cents.
What did I say?
Man.
Look for these technology plays.
And it was all volume told the story on that trade. Look at those volume sticks. Look at that volume stick.
Mm-hmm.
Volume tells a story in some of these day trades. That's going to be your ultimate indicator, I guess, besides price.
I'd look for a nice pullback towards this level, 914 for the pullback. If you're trying to attack it, I'd get in 914, risk off of nines, and see if we can get the fill. I'm down to put the order out. Let's see what happens here. See if we can get a fill here.
And
all right, Has is going to fill me in a second here, guys, just for half of the position here. Trying to nail some day trades today. Let's go.
After you get done with your trade, feel free to pull up my chart.
Got you. I'll pull it up right now as I set up MVIS for an entry at 914 if I can get it. And I'm going to look to get out on Has. Let's see. Has. It's right. The ask is right underneath me, 93.40s. Looking for 93.48. We'll see. I'll let you guys know.
$250 on Nvidia, as we talked about.
Gracias. I'll take it.
Came in with the trade at 240, went ahead and sold a good amount of it. We said VWAP below that would be our sell point. Then we added some at the break of 245 right here. And we said below that would be our stop loss. And our target was 249. And we go ahead and get 250.44. And, you just let this trade kind of do its thing. Now, I don't know where exactly it'll go from here. I'm not going to lie to you. So I am going to sell majority of my positions right here. Maybe I'll leave one or two runners just to do what it needs to do with a stop loss under VWAP and keep an eye on it. But I mean, it's only Tuesday. The contracts don't expire for another 3 days. So who knows what kind of run it could get if it gets more upgrades, this, that, the other. But Nvidia, just a monster move along with Tesla and honestly everything else.
Boom, baby. First profit target hit. You know
on your Hasbros?
Yeah, you know what the fun part about this, Phil? Won't even show up on the chart.
Why is
I
that?
got filled at 93.48, but look at the high here, 93.41.
I see. Wait, you got filled
off
at what?
Off exchange, guys.
Well, you got filled at what?
I got filled at 93.48.
Wait, what's the ticker? Oh, HAS. Sorry.
And the high on the chart that you'll see is only 93.41.
I have a high of 93.56.
Dun dun dun.
Yeah.
Oh well, the earlier move. You're right now at 10:15.
At 10:15,
What do you have there on that candle?
It doesn't even show me for this one, but the previous one I do have a high of 93.42.
42. You see, I got a fill there at 48.
That's weird.
You know
Mitch,
what you call that?
ladies and gentlemen, we officially now know that Mitch has so much money. He was lying to us about the pattern day trading stuff. He has so much money. He trades in the dark pool.
No, you know what that shows you?
What?
I sold to the brokerage. I didn't sell to the exchange.
That's interesting. I don't think I've ever gotten
boom, baby.
That wasn't on
That's
the
what
chart.
that is. That's why us retailers, we need direct ordering.
Hey, there's plenty of brokers that'll help you with that.
Yeah, it's just cost a little bit, but hey.
Yeah, for folks that are wondering which ones, I love Trade Zero. I don't use them because I've been so used to E-Trade and all that stuff, but Trade Zero is definitely one of the brokers that I want to make the move to full time sometime in the future. But just a little insight on that.
All right, guys, taking a look here in the chat. What else is being mentioned? My profile picks is for the Dolphins. Go Dolphins.
Real quick, Mitch. They were talking about IWM in here.
IWM.
It was Happy Muhammad and Chris. So IWM, I pulled up a chart here. IWM really is in a channel here. It's in this channel between like 235 and 210, and it's been in here since February of this year. So as far as a breakout goes, really what we need is we really need to take out 235. That seems to be the spot. A break above 235 in the IWM, and I think you could have some big time crack runs, if you will, in some of these small caps. So I think we had a to the moon call here. Did I get that right? Did we get it? IWM to the moon? Yes, IWM to the moon. We could get that. We're going to need a 235 breakout. Chris also realizing that IWM and Apple seem to mirror each other, opposites. They seem to be the exact opposite. That does seem to be true. And then real quick, Michael Strevens again is asking, how do you go into bottom plays? Look for confirmation, look for support, oversold indicators. I agree with what Ryan said earlier. They're much easier to trade and find exits. So one of the things that I focus on is a confirmation of the bottom and supports. And be careful when we talk about confirmation, because remember, in the market, nothing is ever going to be 100%, no matter how pretty it looks on the chart. So you're always going to be managing a little bit of risk. Don't ever forget that. However, when you see something bottom out and kind of test that bottom and then kind of curl back up, that's generally a good indicator for me. And then I use those different support and resistance levels on the way up to time your entries and your exits. RSI is definitely a part of that. That's more for swing trading. What about you guys? What are your favorite indicators for buying bottom charts?
I use one. Well, I don't know about bottom, but in terms of support-ish indicator wise, I use VWAP and that's it. That's the only thing. And then I'll use support and resistance, previous look left and try to figure out. And then psychological numbers such as 250, 200, 300. I mean, that's all I blab about. So there's that. By the way, Brian C. Can you zoom me in and can you bring up Brian C's comment?
Yeah, definitely. You can click on it yourself. if you
Oh,
find
I
it.
can?
Yeah, I got to figure out how to do that. I basically have
Wait,
to log
I have
in.
to. Oh, I have to log in, right? I didn't know that. Okay, I'll do that next time. My bad.
Yeah, we'll get you
I
guys.
thought it was
in
a
here,
producer
guys.
thing.
You guys can control it. Don't worry. We'll give
I
you
believe-
guys access.
I believe Brian's talking about my trade zero. This is how much. Oh shit! There's actually water in there. I went to go ahead and show him that I get paid $0 from trade zero. For
He gets
saying
paid
that.
water dollars. You just damaged
But I
his
literally,
computer.
I didn't. You know what? This bottle was not a good indicator of water actually being on there.
If I could replay, guys, I would.
And yeah, Brian, I tried to be a smartass. It did backfire, but to answer your question, I get paid $0 to say that. I'll tip it again.
Zunaid, one quick question: Does your L key still work? Do any of your keys on your keyboard?
I highly doubt it.
Yeah. Hey Sharon, we might need to add a keyboard to that reimbursement form we talked about.
Yes.
Yeah, someone clip
my
this so
bad.
when he blames it on me, I can have a defense, please.
Amazon has a new deal on keyboards. Did you get paid to say that one too, Zunaid? Are you
Man.
doing affiliates on keyboards right now? Is that what it is?
Hey man, look, listen. It's you got to get paid. You got to have multiple streams of revenue here, okay? Let me do me. Let me be great.
Yes, Brian. You did it, bro.
Oh man, Brian,
You did it, my man.
I'm a
Did
fan.
it.
I'm a fan.
Brian for life, guys.
Oh man, that was funny. That was fun.
All right, guys. I couldn't get MVIS, of course. That wasn't gonna happen. It didn't pull back. Just keeps holding right now up there at 930s, not pulling back towards that 914. I wanted to get in there. My Hasbro, I already closed some of it, and there's a reason why. As you can see it turning around. There's a reason why I wanted to sell near that high versus take out that high. Now I'm able to hold the rest of it, break even on the rest. Let this trade try to go back up there. I'm actually going to ignore it. I'm going to put a stop limit at 91.60 with a limit at 91.50. That would keep me into the green, and we'll see what happens with this one and see if Hasbro can continue trading up for the rest of the day.
Yeah, thank God. Because I, sometimes trade on my laptop, but obviously when I'm at home, I, use my PC. Thank God I didn't have my laptop because that would have been real bad.
So speaking of that, Mitch, you didn't see the call this morning. Zunaid, were you on the call yesterday?
Of course, yeah.
Okay, so speaking of computer follies, I say this with all of the love in the world, but our CEO was so excited yesterday that he left his MacBook on top of his car.
Oh, that's right.
Away, and then pulled away. And so during the meeting, he was backtracking his steps to look for the computer. He found it. Oh man, that computer had seen better days.
Yeah,
So Zunaid, let's put it this way: it can get worse. Just trust.
Well, I will say this. Here's why it can't get worse. Because and I meant to say this on the call yesterday, but I don't know the whole company. I don't know everyone, so I have to watch my jokes. But I wanted to be like, Jason, if there was ever a day where you could afford another MacBook, it's today. Your company was just valued at $300 million. You're good.
Guys, we should have bought the Ferrari before I went to Formula One. Come on. It's kind of obvious, right?
Oh, man. Right now, I'm just trying to figure out where the paper towels are.
Look at that, guys. Last time I was here on Thursday, I said the Ferrari. Look at the Ferrari, guys. Look at Ferrari take off there.
I remember when this IPO'd at about 60.
Look at it. It's 230 something.
I know.
Not a bad one to have gotten on the IPO, I'll tell you that much. A nice chart, too. This is a nice angle for a long-term stock. It's not like it's up, up, down, up, down. No. This is just straight profits, guys. Tesla, what's going on in the Dragon? We're going to get to 1100? We're almost there. FSR having a good day today. Even Ride up, guys. It's a good day for autos when Ride's up.
ride.
Even Workhorse is up, dude. I'm allowed to talk trash on Workhorse. I called it from $3. It's going bye-bye, but don't worry. The only thing they got is the drone. You see that drone get sold.
I gotta work on my swing game. I just have so much fun day trading that like I can sleep peacefully. You know what I mean? Like I haven't checked futures and freaked out in the past, I think 6 months or so.
Looks like something going on in AEVA as well. Trying to figure it out. Might be a sympathy play. We're starting to get some volume in here, though, at highs. See if I can. Yeah, it keeps going. Wow. Yeah, so with this, I'm just not sure why it's trading up. Hard to take the trade without knowing why this is moving. A ticker AEVA.
AV. Oh, that's hold on. What's the ticker again? Hold on. I'm pretty sure I know the ticker. AV. What was it?
AEVA. Alpha Echo Victor.
That's the one I was looking
Alpha.
for. This is LiDAR play.
Yep.
It's moving with the LiDARs.
And okay, so it's moving with the LiDAR. So there you go.
Yeah. LiDAR. I like this one actually. I
Yeah,
like
me
the
too.
bottoming action. I like the $8 you could go off of. I'm actually going to look for this one to have a pullback day, maybe tomorrow. If it does, I'm in it. I'll go for it.
Yeah.
I like the bottoming action. You guys know how I always look for bottoming. So for me, you asked a lot of indicators. Talk, Ryan.
Yep.
What's my favorite indicator for bottoming action, stuff like that? For me, it's not necessarily using an indicator. I use indicators a lot to confirm my view on the chart versus give me a view on the chart. What I mean by that is like, let's say this one, right? So you guys have heard me say a lot of times I look for bottoming action, right, on charts. I look for 3 breakdowns of major support. This is my rule of 3, where I think if the stock tries to break down 3 times, goes for a 4th breakdown, can't get that breakdown, it should test resistance. If it tests resistance, the smallest amount of momentum from that point should get it off the levels. That's how I attack bottoms. So in this stock, you see what? Bottoming action here, bottoming action here, bottoming action here. So what would I look for confirmation, right? So now we start moving towards the indicators. So one is I want to see some volume into the move. Right now, we don't have that pop. We have a little bit of volume pop right here, but you can't really say that's relative volume. You want to see 3 times the amount of volume pick up. Now, let's look at the RSI. When the RSI was coming down to these levels, what was it at? It was right here. So you can even draw horizontal lines on your RSI when you're starting to see those taps. So right here, bottoming action. Right here, bottoming action. Right here, bottoming action. And it actually cracked down below that and gave you a swing back. That's what I like to see on the RSI. Let me remove my there you go. There you guys should be able to see it here. So this action right here would have gave me that reversal signal that I'm getting more confirmation. Okay. And so another thing that you would want to see, and this one, it actually still hasn't passed, is I use the chalking money flow. And so you want to see this above the middle line into the green. Right now, it's actually been oversold, and pushed down pretty hard. It needs a really good day today for it to get back above that. But those are what I look for. Confirmations from indicators. A lot of times indicators aren't going to be leading. If you really look at them, they're not leading. They're lagging. They should give you confirmation to your opinions more than using them to give you an opinion on a chart. That's just what I think, at least from my years of doing technical analysis. I use the awesome bottom indicator. Come on, guys. You don't know that one?
Bottom indicator. That's funny.
The ABI.
I was going to say something, but I don't think it was appropriate.
Uh-oh.
Never mind. I was going to say, I guess I might as well say it anyway. I'm trading wet. I need to go ahead and dry myself off. So I'm going to go ahead and hop off. Yeah, the water is still on my, bro.
Rip. You're trading drip? Is it dripping?
I'm glad the chat had a blast with it, Brian. I'm a fan. I like you. You got me to have a little fun on the stream today.
Yes.
I don't know if you guys saw the water kind of flow out or not, but if you did, then that was hilarious.
Hey, we'll see what happens. Thank you for joining us, Zunaid. Like always,
pleasure.
Fix your computer. Let's get you some lights. Let's get it going. You already know. We'll see you back on Friday. Actually, we don't have live trading tomorrow and Thursday, but we will be back Friday. So I'll see you on Friday, Zunaid, and hopefully we got you a new keyboard and maybe some lights. Who knows? We'll see what happens.
Yeah. Sharon, look out for that job form. See ya.
Boom. All right, guys. Looks like you got Ryan and I left. We're going to be getting on out of here in a little bit, probably about 5 minutes, but I'll go ahead and I'll start doing a wrap up. If you guys got a stock in the chat, you guys wanted to take a look, of course, Tdac was definitely one of the most important stocks today. Reason why I wanted to buy options this morning, puts, Ryan, was because of this. But to tell you the truth, I'd be getting to the strike point right now, Ryan. I'd just be getting to break even.
And so, okay, so
that's the hard part.
So you were looking at what, the 60 strike?
Yeah.
65? 70?
I was looking at the 80s.
Okay, so you would be in the money then. And how much were they?
But they were so expensive that I think I still wouldn't be in the money. I think I still would be. Let me check on them. I want to look them up actually.
Yeah, I'm looking. On November 80 put, the ask is 28.20. So I can't remember what you said you looked at the actual pricing was when you first looked at that.
Yeah, let me take a look here. I remember this morning. Yeah, that was trading up like more like 20. It looks like I looked at the 80 puts and it is up about 26%. So
okay, so
that's what I would have made.
Considering the move, considering that we opened around 88 and we're now at 69, nice. Considering that move, that's not even that much profit in those options.
Right? That's what I'm talking about. Like, I'm not. This is why I don't mess with options, right?
Yeah.
And it's not that it can't be right for you guys out there, but for me, I'd rather focus on the common game and have less risk. Yes, I don't have the margin that you guys get in options, but I also understand that in options, it's I would say a 10 times complicated game because you're going against so many different types of strategies. Also, it's not like you can know what types of options are out there, what strategy is being ran through those options. A lot of times with commons, I can understand the psychology of the traders and I know where they're heading, versus in the options, I feel lost a lot of the times, right?
Yeah, well, and there's a couple of reasons for that. Obviously as an options trader, you're giving up your biggest advantage as an investor, which is time. Options are going to decay. It doesn't matter when you buy them. Even if you buy leaps, they're going to decay eventually. So you willingly give that up when you choose to buy an option. Now, the reward for that is that this is a levered vehicle, and your returns can be higher. But again, that's something for you to figure out with your risk profile. The other thing with options is that it uses an entirely different stat. It uses implied volatility, right? So if we look at these Tdac options, implied volatility on these is 235%. I mean, that's insane. I mean, normally we trade options with a 40% implied volatility. It's 243%. So all of those premiums are elevated, which means you really need to have an outsized move in order to be profited. And you can see that here in Tdac. We had a 20-point move here, but only a 24% profit in the option contract. So
yeah,
lot to figure out.
That's why this morning, if I could have, I would have gone for the commons short. Yep. Because I also could have managed the risk better, I think, Ryan. If I would have gone short, let's say a 90 pop. I'm seeing this thing pop over 90s, seeing it pop over 90s. I'd look for one more pop above 90s and you short that. Then you're looking to hold towards the high of the pre-market. And then you have at least a level to go off of.
Yeah.
I don't do this often, but whenever I feel like there's just there's too much hype and a couple days have gone by, I always look for maybe a breakdown of the stock. This
key is waiting for those couple of days to go by.
Yeah. You don't want to do day one. I never short a day one runner. That just sounds dumb. You know what I mean? Day 3 day 4 is where I'm looking for the stock to show some weakness. Doesn't mean that it's going to break down completely. Doesn't mean that it's going back down to, let's say, $10. But can it fill this gap? Yeah, right? It can fill the gap, go to 40s, and then right back up to 100. But that's just kind of what I'm expecting to see.
Some conversation in the chat here. Invertiendo saying, but the smart part is to sell options, not buy. That way, time decay plays in your favor. Yes, you're absolutely right about that.
100%.
The thing about that is, again, this also requires a strategy, and it also requires you to manage your risk, because if that stock pops for any reason, maybe an unforeseen news event or something like that, now, you're going to have to cover that option unless it's a covered call, which a covered option, which someone else was. Crypto Morning Show said premium is too high, sell covered calls. So that's another really good strategy. I've actually sold covered calls before. An excellent. That's what I mean. There's a number of different ways to attack this, and it's going to behoove you to understand all of the different inputs before coming up with your trading plan. To what you were saying, Mitch, about just shorting the common, you have a more well-defined plan there. So I would go with whatever you can stick to and then execute.
Yeah, this is why, and it's not that I'm saying that I'll never take a options trade, guys. But I like to show there is that it's okay to be just a common trader. I see too often out there that like you have to go into options because of the leverage, and that is not true at all. I can tell you right now, what you got to find is what works for you.
Yeah.
If options work for you, then maybe that's just your mindset, your mentality, and how you can come at it. But it's also, let's say if you're selling options, you're going to need a crap ton of money. Not even a little bit. You need a crap ton of money.
And if you're going to sell covered options, you also obviously need to own the stock in the account. So
so even more capital tied up, right? And so you got to determine what strategies work best for you. The one thing that I see often, Ryan, is a lot of traders out there now thinking that like options are the way to flip your account 10 times and you're going to get to being rich on options versus commons because you get that leverage. But what they don't understand is that a lot of times all you're doing is just pushing on both pedals, not just the return side, but the risk side also. Figure out what type of pedal you want to push there. Are you a halfway type of person? Are you on the gas type of person, or maybe your foot off? It's okay to be a foot off type of trader, looking for more perfect setups, looking for less return, looking to manage the risk more. And then there's also the completely opposite side where it's what I call the drag racer trader, just looking to gun it and see if they make it to the end of the line.
Good analogies, frankly.
Yep. We'll see what happens, guys. Like always, we're going to keep battling here on live trading. I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up here. And up next, you guys will get towards the SPACs, but that's going to start at 11. You guys take a little break, get some orange juice, say hi to the family. If you have a significant other, give them a hug, tell them you love them, and come back to us. We'll see you on the SPACs attack. Ryan, appreciate you like always. Thank you for joining me.
Friday.
And we'll see you guys on Friday. Up Wednesday and Thursday, guys, what we're going to have is the small cap conference, guys. So if you guys want to learn about some of these smaller cap stocks, and really, the one place that does really small cap conference is right here on Benzinga. So check this out, and I'll leave you guys to it. We'll see you guys next time on Live Trading.